Nehemiah had gathered all his courage. The king in the foreign land noticed that something was troubling this man of God. He spoke to him about it, and Nehemiah dared to pour out his heart before the king. He suffered not only because large parts of the Israelite people had been living in captivity for decades, but also because the capital, Jerusalem, lay in ruins. The once proud city with its city wall was defenseless and unprotected. Nehemiah told the king all of this. And when the king asked what he wished, Nehemiah went so far as to ask the king to allow him to return to his homeland and rebuild the city wall. It wasn't simply that the king was in a good mood, but rather that God had deemed the time right to gather the people back in their homeland. And so the king gave his approval. Upon arriving in Jerusalem, Nehemiah secretly surveyed the condition of the city under the cover of night. Then he turned to the men of the city and urged them to rebuild the city wall with him. Yet, immediately, there were those who stood against him. In the day's impulse, we hear the prophet's response. The God of heaven will give us success. Therefore, we, his servants, will start rebuilding. The man of God is certain. If God grants his great yes, no human no will be able to stand against it. What a promise. Whoever lives under God's blessing will reach their goal. This was true not only centuries ago, but is still true today. In that spirit, I want to wait for God's yes and then move forward confidently. Nothing will and can go wrong.